going on? Last night I was minding my own business, making a bang bang chicken noodle salad, and the wrestling world just went.
See, I passed out on my couch, so I missed a lot of it, and then I got in this morning and I was like, it was like examining the rubble. It was like, what's going on? It was like, and the power's gone out, and this has happened in the office, and I'm like, and then all the news and all of the
If you're only just waking up, where have you been? There's loads of news videos before this one. Maybe watch them, pause this, come back. Oh, you're back. Here is some more wrestling news. A potential Daniel Bryan AEW debut date has been revealed. Tony Khan has teased a major announcement next week at Fight for the Fallen. And we have a big comeback and a turn at the NXT TV tapings. We'll get to those in a bit. Daniel Bryan is all elite. Maybe? Yes,
can he even do this anymore?
Oh, I don't know, actually. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Just, mais oui.
What's French Daniel Bryan doing in the Impact Zone, Maggle? So Daniel Bryan apparently signing with All Elite Wrestling. This came down from bodyslam.net, just in the grand scheme of things, just a few hours ago. Yeah. And they've also given us some details now on a tentative plan for his debut with the company, Sam. What's the crack?
So the crack is that D-Bry, or Bry D, I guess now, Bry D will be potentially making his AEW debut on September 22nd when AEW heads to Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York City. Now, apparently the plan was to hold off debuting Danielson until after all of the plans for All Out were wrapped up, and then to bring him in after the pay-per-view. However, with the news of CM Punk kind of starting to bubble away and the potential deal that's going on there, it may have caused plans to change. So apparently we can tentatively expect to see Bryan Danielson. I keep nearly saying Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan Danielson.
What is Daniel Danielson doing in the Impact?
Make his Impact debut. Make Impact. You said Impact. You made me say Impact. AEW debut when the company makes their debut in New York City. So you know the big debut in New York, which everybody's hyped for. It would. I mean, it'd be a knife through the heart of WWE, considering that is, historically, that's their territory.
In their home territory, on Vince's back door. Here you go. That is like walking past an ex's house with your hot new partner in it. It truly is. Yes, they might be bringing it forward, what with CM Punk coming in. I saw a couple of people independently tweet this out last night, and I can't help but think it's quite a nice idea. The idea, and you won't do it because there's money to be made in the build-up to this sort of thing. But imagine, lights out. Lights up, Daniel Bryan. Yeah. Lights out, lights up, CM Punk.
Yeah, I saw that. But I mean, it's a ridiculous but brilliant suggestion. But at the same time, yeah, I think we're getting a more direct. I think maybe one of them might be an announcement and one will be a surprise.
Would it be a major announcement? Like the one maybe being made by Tony Khan next week at Fight for the Fallen. Yeah, so Big Tone has said that he is making a major announcement next week at Fight for the Fallen. He did a little bit after Fighter Fest Night 2 last night where he made a little... He does a little thing, doesn't he, where he goes, hey,
little Tony doing
it. We don't have a performance centre. This is our performance centre. Yeah. Oh, you card. So Tony Khan making an announcement. We mentioned his name just then. What if this is the CM Punk announcement?
It could be just huge.
Like this?
I think Punk would not be the announcement. I think Bryan would be the announcement if that is going to happen. Like if both of these people are going to AEW, I think it makes the most sense to announce Bryan because that's the one that kind of everybody's expecting. And then just let the trail go cold on Punk for a bit. Just shoot it down. Just crush all of our dreams, and then he rocks up. That's the way to do Punk, I think. And just have him rock up like Ambrose right at the end, Moxley right at the end of the show, because then that is the ultimate kind of it'll be immediately wrestling world on fire.
Quite like that, actually. It's quite nice. That we least expect it. Also next week for Fight for the Fallen, Nick Gage versus Chris Jericho, the Painmaker Chris Jericho.
Is there a distinction?
Apparently
he wears a
hat.
jacket and paints some crosses on his eyes.
One of them wears a hat.
Mess him up, Gage. Mess him up.
Santana and Ortiz versus FTR. Could be a fun little tag team encounter. Nice. Super Elite versus the Dark Order and Adam Page. I believe there's a tag title shot on the line should the Dark Order and Page win.
Nice.
Ricky Starks, who is celebrating becoming the FTW champion. Christian Cage and Jurassic Express facing Angelico and Private Party.
Again, just to stir sterling little, like, you look at the matchup there. It's great.
What about Hikuleo and
this is
Lance Archer?
Big
beefy boys,
big beefy boys. Yeah, and just any excuse to see more talents just kind of come in and work together collaboratively, and the fact we've got the New Japan title and everything's just kind of
Haku, you're right there, mate.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Slightly priapic there.
Yeah.
Haku is enforcer. Make it happen, you cowards.
I mean, they've got to, right? They've got to. They've got to.
We have to. Can we talk about the trial of Faye Jackson?
Yes. I'm not quite well versed in this, so you're going to have to lead me through this.
So this trended on Twitter last night, and I'm so delighted. So Faye Jackson, former guest on Desert Island Graps, a former graduate of the ROH dojo. She retired from wrestling recently, but she did a tweet on Sunday night saying, if Big E wins Money in the Bank, I'll show some nudes. And lo and behold, he won, and the thirsty mother hubbards of the internet went, go on then, Faye, go on then, show us. To which she showed a nude makeup palette.
Funny, brilliant, yes, I like that.
This led Sugar Dunkerton to decry scandal, and this led to a Twitter Spaces trial for Faye Jackson.
Like online wrestlers court.
Basically, wrestlers court online. And it was Sugar Dunkerton as the prosecution. You also had Big Swole there as defence. Tasha Steeles as the judge, and that in itself is just fun. If you know the banter these all have, it's really good fun. But this took the wrestling, the IWC by storm. We were all united by this. Not only were there fans because it was like an open space, you could click into it and listen to it.
Yeah.
So not only were fans there as well. Sonny Kiss turned up. Ryan Satin, Leva Bates, Deanna Purrazzo, D'Lo Brown turned up. Drake Maverick, Xavier Woods was there as well, and you see the trial of Faye Jackson begin trending on Twitter, and I believe at one point it was #1 under wrestling, and this happened around the same time that CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are also trending. Faye Jackson, get in there. Love to see. Oh, by the way, she was not guilty. She posted a naughty picture afterwards anyway. Good on you, Faye.
I am amazed that Wrestlers Court hasn't become this sort of weird online YouTube Judge Judy thing.
It almost kind of did last night.
This is it. I'm amazed it hasn't done so already. Like, I'm surprised we don't have like a channel out there dedicated to this kind of thing, but you know, it's just weird little windows into the wrestling world, isn't it?
Amazing. Let's take a little look through the CWC window at the results from last night's tapings of NXT. So this is the next 2 weeks of NXT. If you don't want it spoiled for you, stay safe, love you, bye, have a great day. There's some other videos around. Enjoy those. You're still here. Let's talk about it. So, a big comeback last night on NXT after Oney Lorcan and Pete Dunne beat Thatcher and Ciampa. Here comes Big Rich Holland.
Nice.
Looking better than ever.
Nice.
Ooh. Yorkshire rugby man Luke Menz is looking brilliant. He suffered some awful injuries. Do you remember when he caught Oney Lorcan on that dive and basically his legs exploded?
Oh, yeah. No,
unfortunate.
I mean, any excuse to see a rugby lad doing well.
Yeah,
that's all.
Exactly.
That's all.
One of our own, isn't he? Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez held court for a little while and said that Dakota Kai said nobody is going to take Raquel Gonzalez's title while I have your back, at which point she kicked her in the head. Now, is this... Because Gonzalez...
Could have at least kicked her in the back.
No, yeah, I mean, that would have been amazing.
Well, I've got your
back? Bob.
Freeze frame.
How did I get in this situation? It's a weird because Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai ostensibly heels, but Gonzalez has been fighting heels lately,
right,
and getting big pops from the crowd.
Okay.
So I wasn't sure whether this was a face to, or I mean, the crowd. If you watch the clip online, everyone loves Dakota Kai kicking Gonzalez in the heat.
The thing is, maybe it's one of those turns where it's like you've gone soft. When you have the tag team kind of fallout of like, why are you fighting against these people that we used to be friends with? Why are you fighting against people? And so it could be that, maybe?
It had a similar energy to when Becky Lynch attacked Charlotte Flair.
Right.
And the crowd just go bananas for it. It had that similar energy. It's Kai versus Gonzalez now on the cards. During the tapings as well, a few other little tidbits. LA Knight and Cameron Grimes rivalry continues. We saw LA Knight walk out on Cameron Grimes in a match against the grizzled young veterans.
Shameful.
DiBiase consoling Grimes afterwards, though. I'm sorry you lost. Gargano and Loomis battle for the soul of Indy Hartwell in a love her or lose her match.
Right. Yeah.
There's a bit of kissing going on between those two during the taping
Yeah.
as well. Karrion Kross cuts a promo. Joe comes out to face him. Kross does a runner. Now, the reason I mentioned this is because we're building, as we said in the last video, to Kross versus Joe at TakeOver for the NXT title.
Which is going to be amazing.
The fun from this is that they actually ended up reshooting the Kross promo because the crowd drowned him out with chants of Hardy.
I mean,
I'd have left it in.
we can't have anything nice, can we? No, you know, it's one of those things where, like, with tapings, they are able to do that and be like, stop chanting this, stop ruining our show. But at the same time, it's those organic, you know, interactions with the audience that make the show what it is. But at the same time, on top of that, Kross is an undefeatable monster and then goes to Raw and gets thoroughly jobbed out. So you can see why they maybe don't want the Hardy chants to be kind of drowning out in this kind of rise to what I'm assuming is his final bow in NXT.
Yeah, but then surely there's a nice little option there to build a Kross and Hardy thing. So
there's a great option to just not job him out on Raw.
I mean, there is that.
Let him just graduate after finishing in NXT. But yeah, I don't know. Like I was saying yesterday, it'd be amazing to have Jeff Hardy maybe come down to NXT for a bit, just as like a little program, like run some stuff with people. There's so much that he'd be able to do. But yeah, you know, they've got to do what they got to do. But I think it's fun that the crowd was chanting Hardy.
You may not hear it though, because obviously they did some reshoots in this, and a couple of fans in attendance have spoke about this. One of them said they lied to us. They said something special was going to happen, so we wouldn't leave. A crew member told us the show wasn't over when we tried to leave. He told us there was a surprise coming, and they just redid the Kross.
Well, this is
surprise!
Like,
it's this again.
The thing is, like Marvel has preconditioned everybody. You sit in that cinema and you actually show respect to every single person who worked on that film until you see the end scene. Really, you just sit there going, come on, give me my surprise, give me my surprise, give me my surprise.
Every single Marvel now, I'm waiting for Wolverine
I mean,
to turn
there's
up.
a big surprise at the end of this video.
There is.
You know, if we said that at the start, people might still be watching us ramble right now.
Yeah, I mean, right now, you've probably stopped watching because we've now appeared in the corner and there's other videos around us.
Yeah, they're just scrolling.
They're wrapping up now. Something amazing's going to happen
Monsters.
in a minute. Something amazing's going to happen in a minute. And if you go now, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. Did we decide what the surprise was going to be? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?
What is it?
It's a video of Pablo. Hey! There he is! What a boy! What a boy! He's having parties now. We're not at home all the time. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.